Let me tell you my fandom of the Clipse. Grinding comes out. Great song. I didn't really connect with the lyrics that much. Make a buck while I scram. Try to show y'all who the fuck I am. It didn't really connect for me. I was listening to Beanie Siegel, Jay-Z, shit like that. Niggas at the top of the hip-hop, everything. The Clipse were good. But this is what I'm trying to say about the difference between hip-hop back then and hip-hop now. Back then, there were so many great artists and lyricists to choose from that if you was a hip-hop nigga that was into bars, there were certain people you could say, I don't really like him. Or I don't really like that. Because it didn't appeal to you in a certain way. The Clipse, as one YouTuber put it who slips my mind, are like preachers of cocaine. If Jay-Z is like the CEO of cocaine, you know what I'm saying? And Beanie Siegel is like the enforcer of cocaine and shit like that. The Clipse are like the preachers. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, the poetry in which the way they rapped and their relaxed tone didn't really connect with me on a full-length album. And back then, I judged you by a full-length album. Yeah, they had songs and verses that I thought were incredible, but I didn't connect with the full-length album like that. And that's how I judged you. Nowadays, it's a little different because the talent pool is so small. If you don't like J. Cole, well, you just lost like a third of the niggas, the hottest niggas in rap, because you're just going to miss out on so many great verses because you happen to not really like J. Cole's brand of whatever the fuck. So now you got to be a little less picky because it's slim pickings, right? Fast forward. The Clipse end. And Pusha T signs with Kanye and he puts out his project. I hear Pusha T on, I think it was my Click, hot verse. I hear him on Take That Body, Party That Body, Come and Get Down with G.O.D. with Kanye West. Incredible verse. Listen to the difference of his delivery on that song and his delivery from the back in the day. Back in the day is make a buck while I scram. I'm trying to show y'all who the fuck I am. And on the God verse, he basically goes, woo, I'm Ric Flair, nigga. Woo! Oh, there, nigga. Like so much more passion, so much more energy in the delivery. And clearly what it shows is what a nigga who's a veteran of rapping and 10 years in the game at that point, what he's able to do. And then he gets matched up with Kanye West's production and it all comes together. And this nigga catches my ear. Then he disses Lil Wayne. And I'm like, oh shit, them niggas ain't gonna die for you. That shit was a great song. I loved it as a diss, right? Fast forward, Daytona comes out. One of the to me, it's the best album of the 20 teens. This shit is 21 minutes and that shit hit like a crack hit. Like if you do, this is what I imagine. If you go and free bass some shit and the shit only lasts for so long, but that shit is so intense and hits so hard that you want to hear it, you want to hit it again and again. That's how it was for Daytona. I listened to that shit over and over. In Orlando, everything's about 20, 30 minutes apart. I listened to his album so many times I can't even count. And I'm talking about for 2-3 years afterwards. And he disses Drake on there. And then that Drake diss goes into Story of Adidon where he drops a bomb and destroys this nigga. So this nigga has all the goodwill I could possibly muster. Then he comes out with It's Almost Dry. Good album. It couldn't live up to Daytona because I loved that album. It just couldn't. It was a good album, couldn't live up to Daytona. Fast forward, here comes the Clipse. I without a shadow of a doubt, thought GNX was the best album of the year and we're going to win the Grammy and all that. Now I'm in doubt because this Clipse album is that good. Now, I don't know what the fuck this nigga No Malice has been doing for the past 15, 20 years, but clearly this nigga ain't slipped an inch with the writing. And now his laid back delivery, which hasn't changed, it's gotten better, don't get me wrong. He's not as relaxed as they used to be, but it hasn't evolved as much as Pusha T's has. But his insightfulness with the pen is crazy. So matched with Pusha T's extra great delivery and his cerebral assassin ass delivery, shit is the perfect match. They're like yin and yang if the yang and the yin was the same color, nigga. Black as fuck, nigga. That's what the Clipse are, my nigga. And yeah, man, it's just dope. Like I can't explain. Like I could go bar for bar, song by song. This shit is just dope. And shout outs to Stove God Cooks. My nigga, if you haven't heard Stove God Cook's first album, it was the best album of 2020, hands down. And it was slept on crazy. But this nigga's creating a buzz. If Pusha T's the preacher of Coke, Jay-Z's the CEO of Coke, if fucking Beanie Siegel is the enforcer of Coke, nigga, Stove God Cooks is the fucking like Joker of Coke, nigga. Nigga, everything he says has so much energy and fucking personality in it. This nigga could rap you the fucking ingredients of salt. And the shit would be like salt. And this nigga would say it in a way that was so entertaining to the point where he only does the chorus. It was so disappointing knowing this nigga was only doing the chorus. He only does the chorus and his chorus might be better than both of their verses. It's fucking amazing, the song. And that album is amazing. And I definitely thought No Malice couldn't have gotten better than Pusha T, but I can't tell you how many times I was like, No Malice kind of got that one. No Malice kind of got that one. I stopped counting. Back in the day, I couldn't tell the difference between them. And on this album, there's a song where they go back and forth like the Locks. I can't tell you who's who, nigga. The only way I can tell you is by what they're saying, because Pusha T leans into the coke and the killing and the girls and the money, and No Malice leans into the regret of having done the coke and the girls and the money. So his shit has more of a Christian, I have graduated from this and I regret having done it, but don't remember I'm better than you at doing it. You know what I'm saying? So the only way I can kind of tell is about what they talk about, what they're talking about. And honestly, when whoever's the first verse, which is usually Pusha T, I can't tell which one it is until the next one comes on. Then when they rap, like, oh, okay, that's Malice. Oh, okay, that's Pusha. So I still have a bit of trouble telling them apart, but it all plays into the whole perspective of the album because, like, for example, they have one song which they never really did before. They were talking about their parents dying. Pusha T's verse, it's almost like he's bragging about how his mother died. Like, that's how braggadocious he is. His mother dying, he's like, I could tell that you knew it before it happened and you was planning for it. You were so insightful. Best death ever. You know what I'm saying? That's how he's rapping his verse. But when No Malice gets on there, he raps about their father dying. And he does it from a place of like hurt and pain and regret. You know what I'm saying? And I felt that more. Even though Pusha T's verse was good, it was great. No Malice's verse, I connected a little more. You know what I'm saying? And you could hear a little bit of pain in his voice and shit. So I think that's the difference. Kind of like Beanie Siegel was back in the day when you heard track 15 Dynasty album talking about the daddy, where have you been? Beanie Siegel's was full of emotion and hurt. And so you felt him more. And then Jay-Z, while having a great verse too, just didn't have that emotion in it. He didn't sound like he was about to break down crying and shit. Then you have This Can't Be Life with Jay-Z, Beans, and Scarface. And a lot of people lean towards Scarface's verse on This Can't Be Life. Even though I think Jay-Z's verse is one of the greatest verses in hip-hop, hands down he had the best verse. But some people give it to Scarface because Scarface's was emotional. And that's kind of what No Malice is doing on this album. He's connecting to you. You can hear the emotion in his voice when he's rapping. And Pusha T just does the thing he always does. Incredibly delivers coke rhymes and I'm better than you, and talks about money in a way that you know he's a student of Jay-Z. Because Jay-Z is the nigga that will talk about a brand or a car or a fucking investment company that you never heard of and will rap about it like it's the most common thing on earth. And that's what Pusha T does. That's why he always quotes Jay-Z. He always quotes Biggie. Shout outs to Pusha T for that. He has a rhyme. He has this verse. And shout outs to Pharrell. I'm not the biggest Pharrell fan. Pharrell has incredible amount of hits. His production skills are varied across. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to hardcore rap, Pharrell does it in this way that's like pretty or whatever. Sometimes it doesn't get to it. To give away what I'm talking about, Swiss Beats and DMX have done incredible things together. But if you listen to the first album, Dame Grease produced most of those tracks. And what is DMX's best album? It's Dark and Hell is Hot. And Dame Grease did most of those. And Swiss Beats did Rough Riders Anthem. It was a cherry on top of an incredibly produced album that fit DMX's voice and aesthetic. And then since then, he moved more so of just Swiss Beats. And to me, he doesn't have an album that matches that. To me, Pusha T fits like a glove with Kanye West's production. And there's a lot of artists that do. Fuck Kanye West. But, I mean, you can't take away his past, what he did. And so, Pharrell, to me, was a little too happy a lot of times for the Clipse. But that nigga has evolved too. And these beats they just sound important. They sound like textured. And so there's the track that they released, I can't remember the name now. He starts out when he says, "Yellow diamonds look like PP." And a lot of people hate that bar. Me included. I hate PP and doo-doo verses. But here's the thing, right? If you say a good line, I have to give it to you. What people didn't realize is Pusha T was referencing Biggie. Girls PP when they see me, Navajos creep me in they TP, whatever. It was a classic Biggie line. You know what I'm saying? And Biggie was able to get away with that because his delivery is so incredible. And to me, Pusha T was referencing that. And then he did the flow from, I think it's your What's Beef. Pusha T did the flow on that track. And it's just beautiful. It's just an incredible album. And the last 3 tracks on the album are so fucking good. It's just, there's a couple of tracks that I'm not really feeling. Funny enough, I don't really like the Kendrick Lamar track. I don't like the production on that one. And Kendrick Lamar's verse is great on there. Don't get me wrong. He has the best verse on there. But I didn't really like Pusha T and No Malice and shit. But they said they sent Kendrick Lamar a few tracks, and that's the one he picked. So it is what it is. But I didn't really like that one. And I think there's maybe like one other one that was just okay. But the rest of them are great. And I think it's a fucking great album. And I remember I was listening to people criticize, because he dissed Cactus Jack. What's the nigga's name? Yeah, him.
That boy, Travis Scott.
Travis Scott. Yeah, he dissed Travis Scott. And everybody's like, why you dissing Travis Scott? Blah, blah, blah. And then like Anthony Fantano, he's a music reviewer who's real big on YouTube. He was like, and you're dissing him for crying about breaking up with someone? Like, I just don't understand. Like, this is hip hop, dog. I understand the 2020 sensibilities and getting in touch with your feelings. But if I'm dissing you wherever you're weak at. And I'm driving the fucking screwdriver into that weak point. And if I saw a man crying and I'm dissing him now, I'm disrespecting him. Fuck your feelings. Fuck how sad you are. Fuck the reason why you're sad. You cried like a bitch.
I mean, I think the other thing too was like, I think he was trying to say like, I was there to support you during this time. And then you kind of...
I don't know if he was saying that. So there's also...
Well, I think that was the story behind it too.
But what happened was, I think he was there, was what he said. But he basically said, you cried in front of me, you died in front of me. Like, you no longer exist as a man to him. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you cried in front of me, you died that day. And he just has an old school way of going about it. Pusha T is about 10 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? And like, these new niggas are just gonna have to come to grips with, we weren't raised with the same sensibilities.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Travis Scott is like
a young ass nigga. Yes.
Kid Cudi, Kanye West, where it's like, I'm emotional now. I'm getting in touch with my emotions. And Pusha T is very much so the generation before, like, he's on the tail end of that. Where it's
yeah.
Like,
No, he's what, 48? He's right in there. He's in that generation of that shit just doesn't fly. And like, you know, some people was like, well, where's the Kanye bars? Why you got smoke for Travis Scott? Like, there was bars in there strewn about, but to me, he doesn't have to talk about Kanye West. Because to me, Kanye West shouldn't exist no more. It's not worth talking about. He done got himself about the pain. So why does Pusha T need to come on there? He had a few bars thrown about, you know what I'm saying? But him, Pusha having a diss for Travis Scott and the way he explained what Travis Scott did to him and Pharrell, it just makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying? It just makes sense in a way of like, you don't have integrity and I don't fuck with it. Like Travis Scott asked the DJ or whatever from what's the nigga's name? Shut up and make some beats, nigga. Shut up and make some drums. Metro Boomin. He made Metro Boomin play Kendrick's first diss song to them. Boom. Nigga, it's just Big Me. The first time it got played, Travis Scott begged him to play it. And so, you know, Pusha T's, he don't give a fuck about Drake, but he's just like, the nerve of you, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I thought you was friends with Drake. Yeah. And then you're doing that shit. And he's just like, to me, that shit is backwards. And he's like, you crying over this bitch that ain't yours. And another thing about this nigga Pusha T, they say he always raps like he has like secrets. More information. Yeah. He always raps like he has way more information. So that was, I gotta find the line. I'm not gonna find it now. But there's a bar in there that I didn't know what he was talking about. Yeah. And so I looked it up. And apparently he said, you lucky I ain't TMZ it. And he said something before that. He said, you lucky I didn't such and such and TMZ it. And that such and such is the name of a guy who used to be friends with Travis Scott, who started dating Travis Scott's girl from the Kardashians after him. Yeah. Or vice versa. I don't remember what the order was. And then that same guy is dating Madonna now.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's just sending warning shots over the bow.
I think he's just telling this nigga, like, listen, don't make me do it to you, Dunny, because I overdo it. Yeah. And I think that's what he's saying to most niggas when he raps. Like, if I do this, I'm going to go all out, and you're going to get the Drake treatment. What's this nigga's name? I can't find it. They're talking about Akeem Morris. That's not that nigga's the name. I don't know him by that fucking name. But anyway, Pusha T and Malice, good job. You niggas have cemented your place in hip hop with this album. I recommend anybody listen to it. Maybe album of the year. That's what I want this video to be. Is it GNX or is it this shit? What's this album called?
Here Come the Clipse. I thought you said.
Everybody, the Clipse.
Clipse.
Nah, let me get these niggas the proper due. This is why I don't do these shits live, because I can't remember nothing with my fucking memory. Let God sort them out. Yeah, let God sort them out or GNX. Which album is better?